The next knot that we're going to look at is a knot that's used for tensioning the line. So as in the first knot I've shown you, the timber hitch is now a secure anchor point on one tree. We're going to decide on another fixing point, another tree, to create a tensioning knot so that we can make sure that the line is taut, typically to put a tarpaulin over, but it can be used for other purposes as well. So what we're going to do is to create a loop approximately 1 meter away from the tree that we're going to be aiming for. We create our loop, or typically in rope terms is called a bight, and what we do is create an overhand knot, okay, and we've created our first loop. And this is going to be used in a moment, and I'll show you to tension the line. The length of the loop is very much dependent on what you perceive you should need, okay, and it can obviously be altered in terms of size, but as I said, we're looking to aim for about 1 meter away from the tree that we're aiming for. So that's our overhand loop. The next one is called the figure of 8, which is very, very similar. I'll demonstrate that now. Again, we create our loop, okay, create the bight. Overhand goes over, and instead of going up through, we come round again, so we loop it round twice, pull it up through, and again we've created our tensioning loop, which we'll be using shortly. The last one that I'm going to show you is called the alpine butterfly loop. Let me just undo this. This one appears a little bit more complicated, but this is how it goes. With your line, drape it over your open hand and loop it around your hand so that you can see 3 loops around your hand. The first loop closest to your thumb, you cross it over and you put it so that it is now the loop that is closest to the end of your fingers. The loop that is now closest to your thumb, you pull it to the desired length that you want your loop to be. You take it around and put it under the remaining 2 loops, pull it tight, and there is your alpine butterfly loop. The next stage of our tensioning knot is to take the working end of your rope around the tree, put it through your loop, in this case the alpine butterfly loop, and tension. Now this is going to be taut enough for you to drape a tarpaulin over to start to make your shelter. The next bit is to take your working end, again round the back of the tree, bring it round, and what you'll see is you have created a triangle between the now working end and the rope that went around the tree and the tree itself. We now have a triangle. Next, loop the rope under, pull it tight, bring the rope through, and we've now got a secure taut line. To make it even more secure, what's often described as the naughty Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, we create a loop, okay, which is Humpty's head, and Humpty is poking out his tongue, so we bring the rope, the working end, round the back of the line, through Humpty Dumpty's head, and pull it tight. And that is our tensioning knot.